point is that the Bucks have the number one team in the East right now. Kawhi's not on the Toronto Raptors anymore. He's not. So my point is that the Bucks have the number one seed every year. As long as Giannis is healthy and he plays, they have the number one seed. So he'll be in the conversation every year. But Kawhi, we don't know what his body is willing to, or capable of sustain and continuing to play. They're only preserving him for the playoffs, and that's it. So my thing is Kawhi needs to win right now because he doesn't know how long his body will hold up.
Till the third wall pops it, till the third wall pops it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag, till the 10th wall pops it, till the 10th wall pops it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag, till the 10th wall.
We're back live. We're just fooling around here buffoonery. Lee is crazy right now. We're going crazy on his live, and this guy T. Lewis still has no shirt on this whole segment. We're just going to point that out again.
That's my bike, punk.
Yeah, I don't know if he's about to make a rap video after this or something. He's in the dark. I don't know what's going on over there. But we're gonna go with our third question of the night, man. Who needs this championship this season more? We have three players that I think of right now who probably would need this championship more this year. Even if let's just take out the COVID-19 or the asterisk of if it's a break or whatever. But who do you guys think they need this championship more? Giannis, LeBron, or Kawhi Leonard? Let me go with T. Lou. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like the obvious answer is LeBron James. I feel like with his record being 3-5 in the finals, I feel like he's not getting any younger. He's only getting older. So I feel like if he doesn't win this year, even with the great team that he has, his window is still closing with all the teams around him getting better and better. And especially with not Kevin Durant, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard being in the West with him, I feel like it's either now or never. It's either he win these next 2 years or he doesn't win another.
Okay. So you went right with LeBron. Lee, let me get your thoughts on this.
I would say that, my whole thing is it's Kawhi. And the reason why is because his body is breaking down. First of all, he came to LA, not to the Lakers, but to the Clippers. He made out the commercial. He wanted to go against LeBron. He knew he was already in LA, but he knew he was a Laker. He got Paul George to come over. He got everything he wanted. He has a great bench. He arguably has one of the best benches I've ever seen in terms of as a bench. The bench could be a starting team, I think, and still beat the playoffs. But that's just me.
For the New York Knicks?
I'm sorry?
For the New York Knicks, the bench.
No, I think they're a solid bench. They're a solid bench.
Okay, we're going to go with your comment.
But my thing is that when you think about what Kawhi is trying to do in terms of going to the Clippers, he wanted this matchup. He has this matchup. He needs to win this matchup because we know his body is breaking down. And the thing about it is, not only is the LA Clippers one of the teams that he's got on now, Toronto was the other one that didn't win a championship. But now he's on a team that was one of the 6 teams to never even be in a championship. So he has a chance to do something that has never been done for that city. And I think he has to get it done if he wants to do what if he wants to be in the history books as one of the greats. I think he needs to get this done.
Okay, Dan, what's your comments?
As much as I want LeBron to win a championship this year, I'm going with Giannis. And the reason why I go with Giannis is a couple years ago, Kobe Bryant, RIP, he challenged Giannis to win MVP. Giannis took up that challenge, and he won MVP. And the next thing he said, and I remember this tweet, the next thing he said, good job winning MVP, congrats, next stop is championship. And I think being that like 2020 was the year of catastrophes, especially with Kobe Bryant passing away, I think this will be no better Cinderella story for not only the Milwaukee Bucks, but for that player to mentor relationship for Giannis and Kobe. I feel like him winning that championship would just cement, not cement, but like start off his legacy and add another notch to it, because he was already an MVP. He's already a 5-stat leader on his team, and just adding this championship, I think he's not just I think he wouldn't just do it for himself and for his team. I think this will be dedicated to Kobe too. So, but also I think he really needs this championship because when you think of top players in the league, you think of LeBron, you think of KD, and you think of Kawhi Leonard. But he's kind of like an outlier. You don't know where to put him after those top 3, top 4 players. You're wondering if you put AD in front of him. You're wondering if you're putting Harden in front of him. And one thing, if you look at Harden, you look at Giannis, they both have MVPs, and they both literally like take their teams to the playoffs. But the one thing that will cement one from the other will be championships. And I don't see James Harden winning a championship no time soon. And with Giannis, I think he's in the best spot to win a championship within the next 3 years. And being that LeBron is getting older, you're looking at someone new to take that top rank in the league. And I'm thinking Giannis is going to be that guy. So what better way to cement your legacy by getting your first chip while LeBron is still in the league and then cementing it right there?
Dan, who does he have to worry about in the East? Nobody. So he's going to still be in the conversation. He has nobody to worry about in the East. He has nobody to worry about in the East. Like nobody.
So I'm asking you a question. So since you said that, being that you're a Sixers fan, you don't think he's worried? You don't think the Sixers pose a threat? Is that what you're telling me?
You see who our coach is? When we have a better coach, then we could talk. But no, not right now. No.
No. Okay.
I believe
Boston
always poses a threat in the East.
What about the Nets?
Look at their records, Drew. Please look at their records.
What about records? Toronto, before last year, Toronto was a 60-team win every year for 5 years. And got
so my point is that the Bucks have the number one team in the East right now. Kawhi's not on the Toronto Raptors anymore. He's not. So my point is that the Bucks have the number 1 seed every year. As long as Giannis is healthy and he plays, they have the number 1 seed. So he'll be in the conversation every year. But Kawhi, we don't know what his body is willing or capable of sustaining and continuing to play. They're only preserving him for the playoffs, and that's it. So my thing is Kawhi needs to win right now because he doesn't know how long his body will hold up.
I don't believe Kawhi needs to win right now. He just won last year. I don't believe that his legacies or anybody's questioning Kawhi Leonard's ability when he took the Toronto Raptors all the way to the finals by himself, literally by himself. And with the help of Siakam, at least I'll give you Siakam. Kyle Lowry, not so much. But I'll give you Siakam. He had a little help with Siakam. Kyle Lowry had one good game in the finals against an injury team. Besides
isn't that what Kawhi did all 6 games?
Kawhi was balling.
Against an injury-ridden team.
Kawhi still took him through the play. What did he do against Giannis when he played him in the East?
What did he do against your Sixers?
He struggled.
Huh?
He's not
a Sixers.
Drew is a Sixers fan.
With the Sixers.
I'm not a Sixers
He's a
fan.
Ben Simmons fan. It's very confusing. I know, D. But listen, my thing is Kawhi played most of that year. What I'm talking about is where his state of his body is right now. He cannot continue to play a regular season. So he needs to win while he has the team right now to
but wouldn't that be an advantage if you're low managing, if you're not playing all 82 games, because Giannis has played all 82 games. I've never seen him take a game off.
I have. So
wouldn't that be an advantage for Kawhi, being that you said that, Giannis doesn't play nobody in the East, and Giannis don't even though he has to play the Sixers, even though for some reason people forget that Boston.
Man, look at their records. Please look at their records. They're like clear front runners.
I'm just saying this.
Nobody's even close.
After
records don't mean nothing.
My point is they're in the conversation every year for the conference.
Okay, so is Boston.
Okay, but you're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is no matter what year it is, the Bucks are in the conversation. So he'll have a chance at the championship.
They just came in the conversation the last 3 years. Don't say that.
3 years straight.
Not even 3. 2.
And LeBron left. And listen, LeBron left and Kawhi.
Actually, you're right. Only 2 years. That's only because LeBron left.
Okay, they're both gone, and he's young.
So how is it on Giannis? And Kawhi, like I'm agreeing more so with Dan right now because Kawhi doesn't play 82 games a season. he actually has load management. So his body is actually more
Should be in
healthier
good shape.
than other guys. Because what he's saying is, okay, so I don't have to play tonight. I don't have to play the next 2 games. My body
But
can
I got
rest.
playoffs.
All I gotta do is worry about the playoffs. Like that's all I gotta worry about.
But
You got guys like Giannis playing 82 minutes. 40 minutes a game, playing 82 games
And leading the whole team.
And then you
in
got
stats.
LeBron, who's getting older and older every year. He only got like 3 more years, I believe, left in him. So why would you go with a guy like LeBron, who's been in the league for so long already, 20 plus years? Come on,
It's Kawhi
I believe, huh?
Kawhi Leonard, listen. Kawhi Leonard is on the LA Clippers right now. He has a chance against LeBron James to go at it for the championship. An asterisk championship, but nonetheless a championship. And
I believe any championship you play,
it's an asterisk championship.
It's not an asterisk. So if I play you 1-on-1 right now, is there an asterisk against it?
Is it COVID-19 out there? Is there social injustice going on out there? Then yes, it's an asterisk next to it. Because I'd rather protest than do a game.
How's it an asterisk?
Because I chose to go to play a game with you instead of doing what's right out there is social justice. That's the asterisk.
You can't social justice to play ball?
Oh, let me play ball and go protest at the same time.
You're doing a podcast right now. Are you protesting right now? What are you saying?
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. So
You
how
can-
you want to protest and play ball?
We gotta get
First
back.
of all,
to
those are two different things. One, right? You protest. If I protest, right, then I'm going out there and to go protest. I didn't choose to protest today, right? So my thing is, if I protest, yeah, I could protest when I chose to go out there. But these are NBA players. They can protest through social media. They're listened to. They're one of the predominantly known players or people in the world. So yes, if they can do it, I would rather them do that. And social injustice is going on. But my thing is an asterisk because they chose to rather play than to protest. It's period. That's what it is. If they choose to find a way that's innovative and using their platform due to playing basketball, then that's different. If they find that way, then they found it, then that's fine. But right now, it is an asterisk because right now we're thinking about the fact that there's a social injustice going on, and they're going to get a championship when that's going on.
So Kawhi championship, if he wins, what does that mean?
It's an asterisk on it. It's still an asterisk.
But what does it mean? You said that he has to win this championship more this year. So
yeah, I believe he does because he chose to go to LA Clippers. That's the main reason.
Okay.
And because his body cannot hold up. We don't know what kind of – he had an injury while he was a Spur against the Oakland. He had an injury while he was a Spur.
And that's because somebody came down on his foot. You know that, right?
In the playoffs.
You know
that's not – here's the thing,
he's
though.
fragile.
Right?
He's fragile.
He's not fragile. Let me just say that. It's the difference between – okay, first off, that was his first main injury. And if you look at that, he couldn't even control that. So that's just.
So Dan, ever since then, has he not been fragile?
No, he literally.
Why are they preserving him, Dan?
That's their
problem. Just like why do they preserve Joel Embiid?
Right, Joel wants to play
because he actually is fragile.
But here's the difference though. The difference is Joel Embiid. All right. I'm not even going to mention Joel Embiid. Kawhi Leonard is not going to management and saying, yo, I think it would be smart for me to sit out this game, being that we're playing against the Charlotte Hornets, and we're going to blow them out by 50.
He just has an injury history. He just has
one injury. He
has more than one injury. Are you serious?
Wait, so tell me the main injury. He's only had one main injury, and that was his Achilles.
T, please look up his injuries. I'm telling you, he got way more than that, bro.
How many main injuries that set that man
Everybody
out for more than 50 games?
But how long? What is a main injury? How long are you considered an injury for?
When you can't play 82 games and you can't even play half the season,
But sometimes they be fake injuries just to give them rest. You know that NBA teams are getting fined for resting players on national TV. You know something like Popovich is the king of that. He rests Tony Parker. Ginobili, these players were healthy. They just rested them because they played back-to-back games. Their bodies are breaking down. They're just back-to-back games. And he wants his guys to be fresh by the playoffs. That's all. It's the coaching system. It's not their bodies. It's the coaching system. It doesn't sound right what you're saying right now.
It does sound right. What are you talking about? Look at what Doc is doing. Look what
Doc is
Go
resting
ahead,
these
T.
players
Go ahead, T.
because it's his system. He wants them to be healthy for the playoffs.
Who else has he done that for,
Huh?
Drew? Who else has he done that for?
He did that. Oh my God, go to Celtics. He has done
I
that.
just looked
And
up
first of all, he
Kawhi's
just got
injuries.
2 stars.
T, go ahead,
He
T. Go ahead, T.
only rests his star 2 players. All
Go
the
ahead,
other players play every game. And they
Go ahead,
also had, like, I believe in like December, they had a little comment about that on Bleacher Report where somebody's like, "Yo, do you mind playing every game with Kawhi and Paul George sit out?" No, these guys are superstars, so they get rest because
Go
they're
ahead,
gonna
T.
need them down the stretch.
Go
That's
I
why.
just looked up Kawhi's injuries this season. Out of 64 games, he's been listed with an injury of 34 of those,
Thank you.
and with 20 of those being rest and 14 of those being actual injuries.
Thank you.
Yeah, they all BS. Trust me.
Okay.
First off,
He's
but
actually
he's
injury
not.
prone.
But here's the thing, though.
That's what y'all really
He's
missing.
not-
He's actually injury
He's
prone.
not fragile. Derrick Rose was fragile. That is
He-
No,
fragile.
listen
Derrick
to
Rose
me.
slander will be tolerated.
Oh no.
He's fragile.
And listen,
Derrick Rose is fragile. You want to talk about fragile?
listen, I apologize
fragile
to all my
player.
Derrick Rose fans. I
Ain't
like
no
Derrick Rose,
my
but
favorite.
he
no
is
slander.
fragile, bro.
He's fragile.
But to sit here and say Kawhi Leonard is fragile when he's 31 years old?
What
And
does
he's
that
still
have to
averaging
do with anything? Your age does not have anything to do with your injury history.
But Lee, I think you're going the wrong
Bro,
way on this. I don't believe he's not fragile. I believe that they're resting him for the playoffs.
Yes, they
That's what
are
I believe.
resting.
A lot of coaches had to start doing that in the NBA. If you watch the NBA, which I believe that we all do, a lot of players and a lot of coaches has been resting players just so they can be fresh by the playoffs because their legs are not strong enough when it comes to playoff time. You got to make a long run in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're shaking your head. Lee,
here's the
shaking
thing.
his
I'm not
head.
even a LeBron fan, and LeBron doesn't load manage. I want to state that for the record.
He doesn't?
No.
Not anymore.
Not
anymore.
what? LeBron
No.
was the king of load management.
He
hadn't
did
done it
a
this year,
couple.
but he was the king of load management. Go back to
I
Cleveland.
wouldn't say
Cavaliers
he
today.
I
We're
wouldn't say
talking
he was
about
the
this
king.
season. We're talking about this season.
Yeah, he doesn't this season. He plays.
Not
He
this
plays.
year. Yeah.
He's
Why
played
would-
almost
why we
every
think
game
he's
this
low?
season.
Yep.
He isn't actually here. He's
I don't think he
played
missed
through
one.
injuries.
I don't
He's
think he
played
missed
through
one.
injuries.
Yep.
This season, but I'm saying a big
No,
like,
back in the past, yeah, I agree with you. And I'm a cat.
Yeah,
You know,
so
hey, Big C.
a little C. But listen, so make sure you guys like and subscribe.
No, OKC.
Okay, C. Thanks for coming. So make sure you guys like and subscribe us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Give us your comments, man. Who do you think will have the win the championship the most? Who's more meaningful, Giannis, LeBron, or Kawhi Leonard, as in Lee case? And give us your
Mr.
comments on
Fragile.
what Lee said today, or give us your comments on what T said, or what Dan said. But we mostly want your comments on what Lee Dan said today. Okay,
He said Lee
Daniels.
you know, I forget this guy's name because he's the craziness that's coming out of his mouth right now. So make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I want to thank you for watching. I'm your host signing off here. T. Lewis, Lee Dex, and Dan Corbett. Make sure you watch it, man. Thank you so much for having fun with us.
BLM.
Load it up. Get the gas. 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 Till the third wall pops it. Till the third wall pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Till the 10th wall pops it. Till the 10th wall pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Till the 12th wall pops it. Till the 12th wall pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Till the 13th pops it. Till the 13th pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Till the 17th pops it. Till the 17th pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Until the big man pops it. Till the big man pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Until that ghost time pops it. Till that ghost time pops it. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Till that magnolia pops it. Till that magnolia.